Daria Jaranowska, hello and welcome to diverCity. Do you know that in Poland Mother's Day is always on the 26th of May? For that reason I want to wish all the best for all mothers in the world, and especially for my mom. Thank you for everything. Kocham cię, mamo. And for our viewers I also have a surprise. I will take you for a trip to Turkey. So stay with us and let's have a look on our preview.
Open topic: Model United Nations in Münster. Storyline: a media camp in Turkey. Webcheck: sporting news and thrift.com. Music corner: Catfish with Sand in My Shoes.
What can attract almost 250 participants from 30 countries to Münster? The answer is MUIMUN, Münster University International Model United Nations, one of Germany's biggest university-level MUNs. The conference motto, "Change Today, Shape Tomorrow," was used to give unforgettable impressions for students from all over the world.
I'm here the third time round. I was a delegate in 2011.
Actually, this is my sixth MUN.
I started attending MUNs when I was still in high school in 2005.
This is my second MUIMUN, so I enjoyed it a lot, like last year. And then I asked my brother, hey, you want to do it? Let's go together.
A model of the United Nations is a simulation of the United Nations system. In this model, students assume the roles of ambassadors to the United Nations and debate the current issues of the UN's agenda.
It's a nice experience to meet people from all over the world, to speak a bit of in English, because I normally speak German and French, so it's nice to get the experience here with an international organization.
It's not something you see every day. There are lots of nationalities, lots of different people. You get to know quite a lot of people, and I think it'll be an interesting experience.
The conference goes back on a students' initiative of the University of Münster. Planning and implementation are entirely students run. 40 learners from all different fields of study were preparing an event under the theme "Spots on the Blind Spots, New Directions for Global Discourse." MUIMUN took place from the 2nd until the 6th of April.
We are roughly 40 students who are in the organizing team, and well, we are distributed in logistics teams and so on. Of course, we get great support from various actors here in Münster, the University of Münster, University of Applied Sciences in Münster, and the city of Münster are extremely important partners. And we also, luckily, we also have other partners that support us financially, but also in other means.
For 1 year nearly now, we have been sitting together once a week and discussed how next year should be like. We are in different shifts, our team, and we are doing the info points. So all the delegates that have questions, they can come to us. And also, of course, we are supporting at the events.
In addition to 7 committees in English, the official conference language, MUIMUN hosted CEPAL, the Comisión Económica para América Latina y el Caribe, in Spanish. Interestingly, each delegate had to represent another nation than his country of origin.
I'm the delegate of Pakistan, representing the People's Republic of China in MUIMUN.
Okay. And what is this particular session about?
This committee is the legal committee, the General Assembly 6th of the MUIMUN, and we are discussing a topic of non-state self-defense against non-state actors.
I am in the International Labour Organization, and we are here to discuss about the domestic labours. And I remember that there are a lot of domestic workers back in Pakistan and all around the world. So all the youth, we are actually discussing and making our own resolutions and proposing solutions of how we can improve the situation of domestic workers.
The only way to take part in conference is to send an application form. Applicants must be enrolled in a study program leading to a university degree and should not be younger than 18 and not older than 30 years. Being convinced that high qualified students from all regions deserve a chance to participate in such an event, MUIMUN offers scholarships covering travel and accommodation costs.
MUIMUN is one of very few MUNs that have an own scholarship program, and this is funded by our sponsors, and delegates from developing countries who could not afford to come here otherwise can apply for the scholarship, and then we will support them getting the trip paid and also the participation fee.
The application is very competitive. I mean, from all over Europe and from other regions of the world, the students apply, and it really feels good to be to meet different students from around the world. I can see people from India, students from Korea as well, students from Europe. So, and discussing with them the global issues, the global importance. It's really nice to be here in Münster. Yeah.
Organizers wanted to check participants' skills and make the conference unexpected. For that reason, in the middle of standard discussions, students were informed about fake crisis.
The Deputy Secretary General just came in and was like, there's a crisis going on, and we are like, oh, what's going on? Because everyone knew about the situation happening in Korea right now, so we were assuming it was something about that. And then they showed us that they made up some chemical plant blowing up in Chile, and so we had to work on that. It was really interesting to see how the United Nations work in such a crisis situation when everything has to be working so fast. So like we had 2 hours and we had to have a resolution by the end of the day. And we actually managed, so we were really proud of one another for achieving that.
The best delegates got special certificates. However, MUIMUN is not only a week full of discussions. During the evenings, students had the chance to discover Münster and know their cultures better at a global village party.
I think MUIMUN is a very good platform to express your views, and this is the place where you come as delegates and go back as friends. I remember I had a lot of stereotypes about European people, about the German people in fact. So when I met them, we shared our perspectives with each other. I mean, all those stereotypes were broken, and I think MUIMUN gave me that platform to share my views, to express myself, and to become friends with people around the world.
One of 2 metropolises which connect 2 continents, one of the biggest cities in the world, Old Constantinople, Istanbul attracted nearly 30 people from Europe to participate in a media training. The camp was organized by the European Youth for Media Network and sponsored by Youth in Action program. Welcome to our trip to Turkey.
I read it. Do you want to go to Turkey to do a seminar? And I say, I like.
Why did you like it?
Because I love traveling and because I work in the media. It's interesting for me, the subject around the seminar.
Because I heard a lot of good things about these media camps, and it was exciting to visit for the first time ever to Turkey, Istanbul. I've never been there, heard about it a lot, and also you get the opportunity to learn a lot of more stuff regarding media in general.
The training course in Istanbul lasted 8 days, and our aim was to train youth workers and active volunteers and young people from 10 countries that they learn to work with video and cross-media journalism.
You want to shoot or you want to drink tea?
What I'm doing here is that I'm a participant in Youth-for-Media, and we have workshops, seminars, and we are shooting movies in different groups. And regarding the workshops, I just held my own workshop, so it's not just teacher teach students, it's also that the students teach other students. So that I think is a very good way of incorporating more the students in the learning process.
My group is like a little family because we spend all the time together. I think we are nice person, responsible person. We make a good mixture because everyone apports something different to the group. There are people that have a lot of big experience in media. There are people from the journalism. There are people that speak Turkish. There are people with a lot of creativity. So the whole group is a good thing, I think.
In the training we have planned visits in the city, so we have been once on a guided tour, so we saw the Blue Mosque, the bazaar, and we went to the Asian part, which is a more quiet part of Istanbul, and I enjoyed the whole ride.
I love Istanbul. The first day was very cold and with raining, but now with this kind of weather, I'm very, very happy to be here because I think people is warm, people is friendly. There is a lot of people every day walking in the street. It's like a very alive country, you know, very active.
I think it's a really beautiful city, and it's very multicultural. Even though it's very huge and crowded, there are very friendly people. The people who live here, the Turkish people, are really nice and friendly and welcoming. And until now, I've really had some nice experiences here.
was first of all meeting all you guys, because I think it was my first media camp, but it was like the best ever for me, you know. And I really enjoyed to be in this group with so many people who had actually so many great ideas about a lot of things, and I learned a lot about filming and other stuff, I guess. And what I liked about the workshop was that we actually learned from each other, and everybody had different skills. So we tried to put them together, and we helped each other. And of course, it wasn't perfect. Like, if we would have a lot of more time, everybody could actually tell more about what she could do or what she could teach us. But I think for the amount of time we had, we did a good job. And I had fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope I'm going to see you again.
If you hold your breath while watching sports, if you would like to read about Polish people in the German final of UEFA Champions League, you can have a look on sportingsnews.com. And for those of you who prefer playing than watching, I suggest thrive.com.
Everybody knows the feeling of being completely bored and not knowing what to do with oneself. Well, here are some suggestions. First, for everybody that is interested in sports, sportingnews.com offers a variety of information about sports around the world. One can spend hours reading about the latest transfer rumors or get to know international teams in the NBA, NFL or soccer leagues.
The way I used to spit, it was shit, but the way I spit now, you'll go wow, I'll be flowing like a showman, poet in the lowlands, prosa with my vocab, broader than the hose ass. This sanity was rough, so I went to refine it. Vanity, the new linguistics, I define it.
If one wants to know more about a favorite team, one can scroll down and find a list of NBA teams and details about each player, his scores and statistics. For example, the Dallas Mavericks. Sportingnews.com shows current debates and the updates about injuries or standings of that team. In addition, the Tickets button forwards to vividseats.com to buy tickets for the upcoming season. For everyone who prefers to be a little bit more active himself, there's thrift.com, which has thousands of online games to choose from and play. For example, Sheep Farm or Piggy Wiggy. It is a fun and easy game where one can select from different levels. Help Piggy the pig to collect all chestnuts by dragging it up or to the sides.
There were days all I dreamt was a California shore, and everywhere I looked on love, you know I wanted more, but it wasn't you, babe.
Four guys, one band, Catfish. Hundreds of people from all over the world had a chance to listen to them during MUIMUN's closing ceremony. As they say about themselves, we try to use acoustic guitars, piano, bass and drums to make intoxicating music. Often works well. About the rest, you decide, dear listeners. If you really want to decide, I invite you to listen to their new song, Sand in My Shoes. In the meantime, I'm saying goodbye and hope to meet you again because it's good to see more. Cześć!
Luckily, we're again joined by Catfish, and this time they brought even more of their friends. So please give a hand to the full Catfish.
Came all the way
Still sand in my shoes. I never got used to leaving you. I was lost, alone and exposed. What I needed the most was something true. I never was that vocal about my dreams. Now talking is much harder than it seems. I guess it's like the sailor and the sea. Seems to me. You shout when I walked out the door, please come back for more, don't let it go. I kept your words, I kept them with me, but nothing's for free, I told you so. I never was that vocal about my dreams. Now talking is much harder than it seems. I guess it's like the sailor and the sea. Seems to me.